What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Pours Unboxings, as you know, and I have some very special guests at this time, and we are about to go ranting on the products that is now known as WWE and how trash it's been. May you please introduce yourself for you
All right.
guys.
Yeah, markboy316. I have a YouTube channel. Go check me out.
Wrestling Duty Central. Yeah, ready to rant.
Before we rant, I got some WWE pickups and a movie that I would like to show you guys on here. I got this for $4. The last Friday the 13th film.
Nice.
I also have these with insert, the Shawn Michaels set, and the one that I most enjoyed, the DVD Freaks favorite DVD, I think. The IC Championship. Yeah, guys, what do you want to rant about today? Before I have to go watch SmackDown and 2.5 Men.
I don't know, whatever you want to do, Porter.
What did you guys think about the Goldberg at the Rumble?
I enjoyed the winner.
Yeah, I did as well. I kind of got nervous when Goldberg hit that jackhammer. Kind of gave me reminiscence of The Fiend and Kevin Owens. But I'm glad that they let Drew McIntyre win.
Yes, that was great. I was a big fan of Goldberg back in the day. I think '98 has come and gone. Even his 2003 one was not that great in WWE, but at least he didn't win. I was happy with that.
The 2000, I just watched WrestleMania 20. That match was awful. Like, goodbye Brock and goodbye Goldberg. See you later.
Best part was Austin giving the stunner at the end, both of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the weird and the greatest thing I found at VStock was the Blu-ray of the Steelbook of Brock Lesnar's DVD that came out about 2 years ago, but of course I didn't get it because I have it. So yeah, but
Nice.
all right. So I was like my friend that I was texting during the Rumble, I said, I am so glad I did not lose my crap if Goldberg won, because I would have no voice. And I had him on FaceTime, so he would
like the match he had with Ziggler at SummerSlam last year, I think it was. That's all right. They were making up for the bad match he had with Taker at Super Showdown. That I can see that. That's not bad. Ziggler's not even close to the title picture. I was happy with that. But going for the title, no. He should not be going for the title. Not at 4 years old.
No way. Yeah, but me and Wrestling DVD Central were watching the Kevin Owens match, and you said you saw the briefcase.
Well, yeah. So they were fighting in the back, and it was kind of when Kevin Owens was setting up for the Swanton Bomb when he went off the forklift. I just saw on the table, it was just sitting the Money in the Bank briefcase, which I thought was kind of weird. It was just sitting there, no Miz in sight, but briefcase
the best part of that match was when Kevin Owens got ran over.
The golf cart.
Yeah, that was a cool spot.
And
Kevin Owens was taking a beating.
I was also talking to JJ Sins yesterday, and during that spot, he thought of Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara because they did the exact same thing. So like I'm saying, oh yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think they should have done for the referee counting and just stopping out of nowhere? They could have had the Usos come out and distract the ref. They could have had keep beating down on Reigns. Would have stopped the count. Do something like don't just stop counting. That was stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Yeah, they had the ref come out, and I understood the spot. It's just, if you
Yeah.
have the handcuffs, why not just have them to where you can open them automatically instead of having to unlock them? Because Paul Heyman was having
Or
trouble
have-
getting them, you know? So just
Or
make
go
it
get-
to where it looks like he's struggling, and then he gets it.
Or
Yeah,
just
like
do what
or
Paul,
bolt cutters. Go get some bolt cutters. Cut the handcuffs. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
I'm. Yeah, Mark, we have the
Jeez.
same mind because I was about to say that.
ah, like
What do you think about? Okay, who were your true? Well, I guess this wouldn't be really a rule. Yeah, yeah, it could. If Edge did not win the Rumble, and if Daniel Bryan did not win the Rumble, who would you want to win the Rumble? And please do not say Braun stupid Strowman.
um. I mean, I wouldn't have mind seeing Cesaro win. I think that could have been cool. They could have had a cool feud with him and Roman if they would have turned him face, you know, and finally give him his world title opportunity that he deserves because he's really great.
yes.
He just never really got the opportunity. He kind of got lost in the shuffle, put into tag teams always, and never really got a
Yeah,
shot.
that guy never had a shot.
Or even a returning Christian if he was medically cleared to go. I would have got Christian to win the whole damn thing. He only won the world title. He never won the WWE one. He should have had the WWE title way before he ever won the world one. He should have been champion a long time ago. Yeah, I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
And with I would have said Rollins again, but like we don't want that. But like that would have been a cool. Oh yeah, like I know she's not medically ready, but like, what about Rollins coming out in the Rumble and then Becky Lynch nowhere to be found?
I don't know. I mean, I had heard that Becky Lynch was always, and I didn't really think it was going to happen because obviously she just had her baby. But I had heard like Ronda Rousey or Becky Lynch for the Women's Rumble. But I was really kind of thinking Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair were the true picks that should win. And I'm glad that Bianca won.
I said to my friend, and I think I said to you guys, if Charlotte Flair won 10 years at WWE, I would stop watching. Like this whole collection sold. I'm done.
Okay, I wouldn't do anything too hasty. I wouldn't go that far. Come on, don't say your collection.
No, not my collection, but the main product, the current product. I mean, not the main product, is gone. I'm gonna wait till 2022. I'm gonna wait till Mania, stop watching for a bit, and then go on.
Yeah, she doesn't have to win everything. My God, she's not Miss Cena for God's sake. Jesus.
No, I would never get rid of the collection. No way. Let's see. Who would the main WWE product? Not the superstars, not the champions. What do you think of the product as a whole? Not the superstars, not the champions. What do you think of the wrestling?
With Vince in charge, it'll stay the same. He has the final say on everything. Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see on NoDQ.com? It was not Vince that booked the Rumble, either Rumble match at all. All he had to do was the last man standing match. That's the only match he booked. He let the backstage people handle the Rumble, and he didn't have nothing to do with it. That's why the Rumbles were good. If he would let the backstage people handle shit like that and not book the whole show, that'd be fine.
Thank God.
Because he's got the final say on everything. That's the only problem. They can't pass anything by him. He's got the final word on everything. Until that changes, it's gonna stay the same.
Yeah. I was talking to JJ and I said, so we're gonna get the DVD Freak on here, Dan the Beast, and Rick Del Santo, and go up to Stanford and kill Vince McMahon. Oh, yeah.
Good luck getting close to him.
And I was also I made the Over the Limit pay-per-view review but that's not up yet. But it was the fatal four-way of Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton. And I said in the review, okay, so you have a former world champion, you have the world champion, you have a former Intercontinental champion, you have a former 11-time champion, and you have a jailbird in the match.
Yeah.
And then immediately I said in the video, okay, that's going to get me kicked off YouTube. But I don't care. I can make a new channel.
Now, would you guys say that Vince has done a lot for the wrestling business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys respect the stuff he's done for the business?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. He's done a lot of good. I think he just doesn't know when to step away. And that's caused a little bit of a decline in the quality.
Yeah. He's lost touch with the fans, in my opinion. He used to be so good for the fans. He used to bring back anybody he wanted. He could, even if he had a grudge against somebody, bring them back just for the fans. He lost touch with the fans. That's what I think.
He brought back Bret Hart in 2010 and
yes. Like, he'd do anything for the business back then. He would do anything. If it popped the rating or if it was good for business, he'd bring them back. Stone Cold Steve Austin took his ball and went home. He took his ball and went home. WrestleMania 18, the night after, and he took his ball and went home. And he brought Austin back as the sheriff and brought Austin back in the works. So he'll bring anybody back.
Here's what he didn't do. He did not bring back CM Punk.
No, but that's on CM Punk. Also has to agree to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if Punk were to come back, he'd want to do it in front of a live crowd.
Oh, well, that too.
And I know he had mentioned he'd do it for, a good sum of money. And he didn't necessarily say it was just with WWE, such as AEW maybe. But I think I could see him returning to WWE, just not maybe next year, but we'll have to see. It's whatever Punk wants in the end.
I also heard that Jeff Hardy might go to AEW with Matt because what is Jeff Hardy doing on TV these days? Nothing. Except that stupid thing with Elias. But besides that, he broke his neck on the stairs in that match. Okay. Yeah. Between the superstars that are acting like they're going to go to AEW, which wrestlers do you think will go to AEW in the future?
Wow.
And first off, Rey Mysterio did sign a new contract.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that is just for Dominic. That's it. That's completely it.
And he can still go.
Yes. All right. Back to the question. Who is going to AEW?
I could see Bobby Roode. He's a tag team champion, but you barely see him on TV, it seems like. And when he brought up to the main roster, they gave him the face gimmick, and it didn't work. He had a little bit with the U.S. title, and then he kind of just went back to being like Baron Corbin's little henchman, And, I could see him going to AEW in the future.
You know why he isn't on TV, right? Is because of the virus.
Oh.
He goes back and forth, so that's not really on Bobby Roode. That's not why he's on TV. That's just because they have nothing for him, or because of this virus crap. But I also heard last year that Randy Orton was going to jump ship, but that hasn't happened yet.
No, I can't see that happening. Orton will be a lifelong WWE fan, WWE person.
But I also could see Brian's not going anywhere, but I could see AJ Styles going to AEW.
He has said I think he has signed his last contract.
Yeah, and
I do believe.
Oh, totally. Okay. Well. Here's who you have for the club. You have Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor. And now Finn Balor is a great NXT champion, no doubt. Pete Dunne, and then you have, let's see, Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor, and then Edge came on NXT. What did you think about that?
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, actually. You know, I haven't been watching NXT a lot, but I watched that clip. And then when Edge came out, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was weird that they announced he was coming on NXT, but it was a pretty cool moment just seeing him, you know, go face to face with Finn Balor and Pete Dunne, kind of teasing a little bit of a NXT title match possibility at Mania. I don't think that'd be that bad.
No, because you have two great superstars, and we don't know. He got the main event spot, but Pete Dunne could get into it at Mania because you had Survivor Series in 2019 at NXT. Why don't you have Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor versus Edge for the championship? And then if Edge versus Roman Reigns happened, I heard on a news report that they could bring back the big gold belt.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but Mark, you haven't said. Yeah. Yeah, but Mark, do you have anything to say about
NXT? That was awesome appearing on NXT. I think he's going to end up challenging Roman Reigns on SmackDown. That's what I think it's heading towards that. Because I think it's going to be Sheamus and Drew. And it's probably going to be Finn Balor and whoever they line up for the next NXT titles. I'll probably Karrion Kross again, maybe.
And Edge is coming on SmackDown tonight.
Yes. Will he make his choice? I don't know. But I think the money matches Roman and Edge. Spear versus Spear.
Yeah. It's better than Goldberg versus Roman. Spear versus Spear.
Yes. Yes.
Dude,
yes, he can still go. And the people were whining that he won the Rumble. Like, he was the biggest star they had in the last 15 years. He's the biggest star they've had. Who did they really have now that's that big?
Yeah, that's true. And I've heard people make, they could say, oh, you don't like Goldberg, but you like the Edge won the Rumble. But the difference is Edge can put on, he can go in a long match, and he can put on a good match. Goldberg just does a spear and a jackhammer, and that's it.
And Edge is younger than Goldberg.
Yeah. A little bit.
Like I just heard, I told my grandpa the other day, Goldberg can only do 2 matches. Not 2 matches. I mean, about 2-minute matches. Edge just went an hour in the Rumble.
Coming off with a bad neck. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of his matches have been pretty long. Backlash.
Here is the part where I hate about the Rumble. You announcing yourself in and not making a surprise return.
I mean,
now,
I hate just because last year he made a surprise, so I thought it was all right. That he had that little promo before the Rumble just saying that he wants to take back the title he didn't lose, so I thought that was cool.
Yes, that is the part where I liked it. Here's where a part where I don't like it. I hate Braun Strowman with a passion now. When he came back, the first, like you were on here, Mark, with Greg. Yeah. Greg said, "Oh, you're back? I didn't realize, and I didn't realize either. I didn't know he was gone from November to January.
Wow. And they could have at least saved him for the Rumble. Like they already spoiled him on SmackDown that he was there. They could have saved him at least. Would have been kind of like a little surprise. He would at least nobody known he was back.
Yeah.
And here, I told my grandpa during the Rumble too. When Ricochet came out, I told him I forgot he was employed.
Yeah, they've really wasted Ricochet, it seems like, too. I just don't understand some of the time.
Here is a part where
I
I hate. Here's where I dislike the WWE product. Now we're going back to Money in the Bank 2020. Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black got thrown off a roof. And you bring them back the next night on Raw. At least play the injury.
Randy Orton gets burned with a fireball. He has his mask, and all of a sudden the mask is gone. He's perfectly fine. Where's the burns? Where's the scars?
Right?
Here is where I like the storyline going. The Fiend got burned alive, which I know he did not actually get burned, but he's off TV. He is off TV. You have Randy Orton get sprayed in the face with fire. You have a mask, and at the Rumble, he's not wearing a mask. At least the Fiend is playing in his story. Randy Orton's not doing anything.
Well, going back to Survivor Series of last year, I do believe it was Pete Dunne and Adam Cole. They had just come off the War Games. They both were bandaged up. They both were feeling the effects of it. That's what you should do. Don't come the next day 100%. Be bandaged up. Be in pain. That's how you play off the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing. When you're in a brutal match, like, don't, I'm 100%, I'm perfectly fine the next day.
Like in the Rumble when Adam Cole came out, I think it was 2018. He had the match last night with Black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was taped up. You're playing the injury. Yeah. People don't play injuries. Like, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to a Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view in your life? I've been to three pay-per-views, 2 Raws, 1 SmackDown.
I've been to 1 Raw, 1 UFC live, and that's about it. Not too many come down this part. Around here.
Yeah, I've been to a Raw and a SmackDown, and a couple just house shows.
Dude, I could see the ring. During commercials, they do nothing but stand there. But when they return from a commercial, they're fighting. No, they're not. They they have the referee has a microphone in his ear. Like, that's what wrestlers have in their ears. Like, okay, guys, the commercial is the TV show is back on. You can wrestle. You can fake wrestle. Like, that's that's what I think when I saw the Raw live.
Jeez. Yeah, they could have at least made it look a little better than that.
Yeah, especially when you're in front of the crowd. That's kind of.
Let's see. I went to the one before Extreme Rules when John Cena was in the cage with that kid who's in. He's got the whole world in his hands. And then I went.
John Laurinaitis doing the voice. Yeah.
And then I went to the one right after Payback, the night right after Payback. And I still cannot believe I found that DVD the day after you uploaded your review, Central.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Little coincidence.
Let's see. I went to the Rumble in 2012, but the day after I met Sheamus. He was nice to a 12-year-old me, but maybe to a 22-year-old, probably not. But
I'm sure he probably would be. Just because, you gotta be nice to the fans.
look at the size of me and Mark Henry. So this is me, and this is Henry.
Mark Henry is a very big man.
Oh yeah.
And we were talking about and I told him about how I loved your world championship run. I loved the Hall of Pain. Yeah.
Should have been champion way before then, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there's another point. When do you think wrestlers became champion? Like, let's say, I don't know, Finn Balor became WWE Universe. Not well. That's a stupid example. Randy Orton became champion in 2006 and not 2004. 2009, I mean.
Yeah.
Which some of the wrestlers do you think should become champion before they're actually win the championship, just like Mark Henry?
I think Kevin Owens should at least have one run with the WWE title, not the Universal one. That Universal one sucks. It should be the WWE title. He should have had at least one run with that title.
Yeah. I think he was Kevin Owens. Just since you brought him up, he did really well when they brought him in just to fight Cena. I thought that was a really good starting feud.
Yes.
And you could have even done something, even if it would have been a little early, to where you build him up for the Rumble and then have him win the title at Mania. That could have been cool. Obviously, it was a heel, but that still could have been a cool storyline.
And
like you mentioned, Cesaro, another one.
Yeah, Cesaro.
Could have the title somewhere.
And I bring up the shirt I'm wearing, the Fiend. You could have had him not win the championship from Seth Rollins. You wouldn't have had that stupid match at Hell in the Cell. You have this guy on a run of his life. SummerSlam 2019. You didn't have to put the championship on him in October. This guy had a run of his life, and they ruined it in October. Not with Goldberg. I don't believe that. Well, Goldberg lit the fire, but with him winning the championship, you're just throwing one match, and then 2 matches into the fire, 3 matches, and then when he lost it, you just put your whole wood in, and then just all the matches in it. And
I think he needs to win. He needs to win against Orton, in my opinion. If this feud isn't now, him and Bliss have to get one over Orton. They have to win it because after being destroyed by Goldberg, he needs to just win to try to build him back up.
And as you have the Payback set, let's go back to Payback. What did Roman Reigns do to get that championship match?
You could say the same thing about John Cena's matches sometimes. How did he get a title shot all of a sudden? Yeah. He wanted to win the damn thing.
And first of all, Payback, the ring breaks. The ring just breaks. Who comes out in the middle of a match and signs a contract on the ramp?
The Tribal Chief. Hey?
Yeah, the Tribal Chief. I thought that was a good heel move by Roman, though. I mean,
yeah,
it was pretty clever, and especially I kind of like
Yeah.
heel Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Yes, yes, I do.
It's awesome. It was a good change for him because if he would have just came back as his same character, it would have been the same reaction as before, and eventually people would get tired of his run. And I didn't mind him winning the title at Payback. I just think, why don't you just make or keep Braun Strowman with the title or something like that, so that the Fiend doesn't hold the title for a week and then lose, or
yeah.
even just make it Bray Wyatt in the match instead of the
Yeah.
Fiend.
I was. What was I going to say? You guys didn't do anything. My brain just went berserk. A week. You said like a week. Okay. Oh, damn it. I was gonna say you put. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Roman Reigns. Do you think if Brock Lesnar comes back and Central we talked about this too, are are they gonna put Paul Heyman in a shark cage?
I mean, I kind of was making a little bit of a joke, but I could see them if they brought wow, I can't talk. Brock Lesnar back. Um, Even if you put the title on him, have those two on Raw, you could build up towards like Survivor Series, and then you have Roman versus Brock, and that'd kind of be like Paul Heyman's two advocates. So who does he side with?
Yes.
I mean, it's a match we've all seen before multiple times, but it might have a little bit of a feel to it.
The moment I loved WrestleMania 31. I did not like WrestleMania 34 at all because of that match main eventing. But this is called by Undertaker himself the worst match of his career. Well, probably the second. And it's the second one is Goldberg versus him. But the first one he said was Taker versus Roman Reigns at 33. What are your thoughts on that match? Do you agree with Taker or not?
Yes, I agree with Taker because you can't really blame Roman Reigns for that, for anything in the match. Taker wasn't in shape. That was his problem.
Yeah. Taker was not in shape. Taker was not in shape, and the pay-per-view ran too long. These pay-per-views run way too long now. Like back last year, I watched Money in the Bank, and of course I got home late from work, so I watched it from the beginning again, and I'm watching it, and it goes right to Money in the Bank, and wait, did I watch a whole pay-per-view in 2 hours? What pay-per-view is 2 hours anymore?
Yeah. Not a lot.
You have Mania that run like I put on my Facebook, watch out for me at school. I'm gonna be in a bad mood because WrestleMania is a 10-hour show.
Well, it's only going to be 3 hours this year because it's one night 3 hours, the next night 3 hours. It's a little better, actually.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, after this year, I see them going back to the one night WrestleManias because most likely we'll have fans again. But I do think it's nice, especially last year when you had the Performance Center with no fans.
Yeah.
It was just kind of nice to have 2 nights to separate it. And I thought that the cinematic matches kind of helped take out of the Performance Center and liven the show up a little bit more.
John Cena versus The Fiend was not a match at all. I don't know what to call that.
But it was pretty good. It was well booked, I think, because it shows what Cena did over the years to all the other talent, burying everybody and doing all that. So hey, I had a point to it. So
yeah,
the funniest thing that came out of that, well, the two things. McMahon's puppet, first of all.
That's such good shit. Yeah.
And then Bray Wyatt saying Nikki Bella's theme song.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
But at least with AJ and Taker, you actually had a real match.
Yes, but I'm sure he would have wanted it in front of a crowd, like he said. I think he mentioned that after the fact too on his documentary. He would have liked to have a match with Taker in front of fans. That would have been awesome.
And I think that was, well, I'm gonna say that was his good Mania, but like he said, like a day later his brother passed. So
yeah.
And as you know, I'm gonna get the Manias on Blu-ray. Oh yeah, here's something we can rant about: the WWE Network going to Peacock.
I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing. You know, WWE's obviously getting a decent deal out of it. Was it like $1 billion deal? I think.
Yep.
So it's obviously a good business decision for them. And I mean, you could get it for less money. You get it for like $5 a month, I think.
Yeah.
So it kind of
with
works.
ads, but the $10 one has no ads.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm glad about Peacock is that I can watch Two and a Half Men all the way through.
So me, it's not going to affect me. Obviously, I'm in Canada, so it's not going to affect me. I don't even have the internet version of the network. I just have it on TV. But I have all the pay-per-views anyway, so why get the network?
Yeah.
Just
watch them when they come out.
That's all I do now. I just get new releases at Walmart. And my Walmart sucks, but I try to get them at Walmart when they come out.
That's what I did. I started going to my Best Buy that's now turned into a Planet Fitness. Yeah. Get that one through. Get one. Yeah, get that through your skulls.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Speaking of things that shut down, do you know what my FYE turned into?
Wow.
A Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Chick-fil-A's a pretty popular food chain.
And I started going to Best Buy, let's say 2012 until 2016, I'm gonna say. And I probably spent more money than I spent at Walmart and FYE combined.
Wow.
Just over the new releases. Every Tuesday after school. Hey, Grandpa, can we go to Best Buy to get the new WWE release? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there you go. See, the only WrestleManias I'm missing on Blu-ray. Actually, I have every single one, but I'm missing 32 and 33, and I'm gonna get the steel books, but they're the UK version because they have all the pre-show matches on complete. So I'm gonna get those. They're coming in the mail.
And you have I think you get in the steel book, you get the $1 million Shane McMahon bill.
I do believe, yes. I'm getting the UK version because I wanted all the pre-show matches and I wanted the whole thing complete. So, because the US release never had the pre-show matches on it. So,
man, we're running on to 40 minutes. Man, we can rant.
Yes, we can.
And we don't even have our ranting fuel with us, or at least I don't.
I don't either. I don't drink anyway, so.
No, my ranting fuel right now is soda till next year.
Yeah, I got a couple of years till I get the real ranting fuel, but not too worried about it.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you think of Kane returning? Oh yeah, you go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, do you guys think they should be getting rid of the gimmick pay-per-views? Get rid of Money in the Bank, get rid of Extreme Rules, get rid of TLC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because like the Freak said all the time, you didn't know when the next Hell in a Cell match is going to happen. But when you have two men who are feuding, that is like the end of the bridge. You're about to fall off. That is your Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's
like
like
when this rivalry is about to end. Oh yeah, just make it a Hell in a Cell match. Yeah.
what made me laugh with the Orton and Drew McIntyre feud is when they had the evidence match. The next pay-per-view, they had the Hell in a Cell. You should have ended it at the evidence match. Why would you have another stipulation match? Like,
And
I hated that.
And do you know what? The day, Drew McIntyre got COVID, he was supposed to have a rematch with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feud
They
went
do
on
that
a little
match.
long.
Dude, every feud we can think of took too long. Every feud in 2020 took way too long. The Braun Strowman thing took forever. Like I'm
Like
saying,
back in the day, they had Rock and Mankind. They had I Quit match, ladder match. They had a match on Raw. They had Last Man Standing, St. Valentine's Day Massacre. They did a feud there. They wrestled 5-6 times. It was great. And now they say Orton and Cena 17 times. No, you can still make good matches 3 or 4 times in a row and still make them count. Rock and Mankind were awesome. Cena and Orton, not so much.
You don't need to see Cena and Orton 28,326 million. Like probably in all my collection, I have most of I just watched No Way Out 2008, Cena and Orton. I watched 2009, Cena and Orton.
Yeah. Like, dear God, they'll stop rehashing the same match.
Do you think The Undertaker is really done?
Yes. Very simple, short, yes.
That was not a retirement speech at all. No. Now, I believe Undertaker is done, but no, you cannot call that a retirement match. I mean, a retirement speech. No.
Supposedly, it was on his terms. He's the one that said it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could
He's
see
the
him
one that said it.
when the crowds are back, maybe just saying goodbye in front of a live crowd. But I don't know. But I did think it's good that he went on his terms. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he'll do it at the Hall of Fame. Once if he ever gets obviously he's gonna get to the Hall of Fame, but he'll probably do it there. An actual send off.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the Hall of Fame, do you ever think they're going to have the 2020? First off, the Bella Twins should have never went to the Hall of Fame. They have done well. Brie Bella has done nothing. Nikki Bella, yes, the longest reigning Divas champion, yes. What has Brie Bella did? Marry Daniel Bryan, slap Stephanie McMahon. Two things. Nikki Bella,
even the longest reigning.
Yeah.
Even the longest reigning this thing shouldn't qualify for the Hall of Fame. That's not even. I don't even think that would come in. That would even work. No, They suck. As a matter of fact, they were the greatest in-ring people. They were just there to groom the wrestlers that were coming in. Basically, they were doing you know what? Yeah, to the wrestlers coming in. Yeah.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, when do you think that will ever happen? The 2020 Hall of Fame, JBL, the Bell. I cannot believe I'm going to say that again. The Bella Twins. When do you think that's going to happen?
First WrestleMania, they have fans. That's when they're probably when they're going to have it.
Now, 2020. Now the next Hall of Fame should just be one person and one person only. No one else goes in. The whole night, well, besides Survivor Series, which the whole night should be The Undertaker. Now, if you had to choose one or two people, who would induct him? I'll go first. I'll say Shawn Michaels and Kane.
I could see Kane.
I can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So Kane.
or if you want to do three people, I would say Kane, Shawn Michaels, everyone's favorite, the hardcore legend, Mick Foley.
Why would you pick Shawn Michaels?
Because he had one of the best WrestleMania matches ever.
All right.
In 2009.
Fair play. Yes. 25 and 26, yes.
Yeah. Or you could even bring out Bruce Pritchard, just since he
Brother
brought Undertaker out.
Brother Love. Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
First ever manager.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't impressed they actually put that as extra on the Survivor Series DVD. I'm amazed they actually had extras on there. Holy crap. Can't remember the last time they actually had an extra.
Or you could just say, like they did, sadly he's passed away, but you could have, oh yes, the Undertaker's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
Well, they had his sons induct him, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like if you could have his voice on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to induct the Undertaker. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Or the guy who put him, well, not the guy who put him over because he didn't win, but I'm still trying to figure out how Jeff Hardy got to be on Undertaker's appreciation. I'm still trying to figure that out.
From the ladder match they had on 2002 on Raw.
Yeah. But what else?
That must have been the official of ultimate respect. That he said he would not die, would not stay down, and holy crap, that was something big to the Taker, I guess.
Who? Do you? No, he left. Do you see? Now, let's say Jeff Hardy goes away. Do you think he'll be in? Okay, well, this is never going to happen. But do you believe Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, for his in-ring,
yes,
could be,
exactly.
but I mean, I think JR or Jim Ross, obviously, he put it in the best way he could. Really, is that it'd just be a distraction, just because whenever you think of Chris Benoit, you think of the incident. So it's kind of just something where, I mean, you could do it and just talk about what a great wrestler he was, because he was, but everyone would have in the back of their mind just what happened.
Now,
his son wants to wrestle as Chris Benoit Jr. I would not recommend that. I would change my name because there's not too many federations that will hire him with that.
Yeah.
And here's a part where, okay, if Rey Mysterio went into the Hall of Fame, which I know he will.
Obviously, yes.
Who would induct him? Because again, if he wouldn't have died, I would have said Eddie Guerrero to induct him.
Yeah.
But please, God, do not tell me his son will induct him. His son is not a wrestler. No. I hate Dominic Mysterio.
He's trying to earn a living and make money. What are you? No, he needs a lot more training. Yes.
Yeah.
And again, repeated feuds. Again, you have him. Okay, 3 weeks ago on SmackDown, you have him face King Corbin, correct?
Yes.
You have him eliminate him from the Rumble. And tonight, Dominic Mysterio versus King Corbin tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah. Dominic wins this match tonight because I think Baron Corbin won 2 straight, so it might be end of the feud. Hopefully, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, we said that about Seth Rollins and see where that went.
They just changed it over to him after the other show. That's what they did with that one. Went from Raw to SmackDown.
Well, we're coming up on an hour here. Holy crap. Do you guys want to keep ranting or just say your polls and get out of here? You guys choose. I'm fine with. I think Central wants to keep on ranting for a bit.
I don't care. I mean, we've talked about some stuff, so I mean, if you want to cut the video here, that's all right. Got a good hour in.
It saves my eyes. I can't stay on here for too long because of my vision. So yeah. Blind in the left eye, the other one's not 100%. It strains the eye.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's talk about one more thing, and then we can cut it.
All right.
What do you guys want to talk about? Because I'm fresh out. What one more thing and make it count. I don't care. We could talk about their next WrestleMania and how The Rock will not win the title.
Do you guys think they'll ever release Blu-rays again of wrestling, other than WrestleMania?
Well, I can see that. Like at the store, I just found like the word like it was a fine Blu-ray. It was the Stone Cold Blu-ray, but I paid $20 for it. I don't think it was worth $20. But
no, but try to always go Blu-ray extras, time lasts longer, better quality.
Yeah, and the DVD, like you can say, like the Shawn versus Brett and Stone Cold, the Stone Cold DVD did not come with WrestleMania 19. That is a Blu-ray exclusive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I always go Blu-ray. That's why I tried to switch out every 3-disc set that I had that ever came out on Blu-ray and get the Blu-ray because I knew it would last longer and it had special features, obviously.
I bought the Prison Break set that you all know on Blu-ray because I wanted the extra footage.
Well, there you go.
I have, besides the Prison Break set, this is for wrestling. I have 5 Blu-rays. Well, now 7, but Central, do you have any Blu-rays or do you just stick to those boring DVDs?
I got a couple of Blu-rays. I got the Undertaker collector's edition, obviously.
Oh
And
yeah,
I got WrestleMania. I got a couple WrestleManias on Blu-ray. And there's definitely some of those 3-disc sets that I'll want to get on Blu-ray, like the Paul Heyman one.
Yeah.
Probably get that on Blu-ray for sure.
Yes. Definitely recommend that one.
And
the Monday Night Wars.
I found it today, the WrestleMania Blu-ray, but of course I didn't pick it up because it's the worst one. 27 for $6 on Blu-ray for $6.
That is a good price.
Of course, the only way I would get it, but I already had 3 things in my hand, and I didn't want a 4th one. But probably next time, the only way I will buy that is for the Shawn Michaels introduction. Yeah. The pay-per-view sucks except for one match. Undertaker
Yes.
versus Triple H.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And when you say WrestleMania main event, when Jailbird faces Edge,
Well, at that time he was on the jailbird.
no, Alberto Del Rio versus Edge. Okay, we're gonna have that
Opening.
main event of. Yeah, we're gonna have the Royal Rumble winner main event WrestleMania. Yeah, sure. No, you're gonna open the card with the world title. I hate that.
Do
Yeah.
you
They did it
honestly think they
Rollins.
do you honestly think they were gonna push Miz and Cena with the involvement with The Rock before that match? No. No.
No. And here's the deal why I hate 29. It's everybody's. The Rock versus Cena was one match only. You did not have to get redemption. I know your
He
marriage.
wanted to win.
I know his marriage fell apart. That is not The Rock's fault.
You know,
That
Cena
is your
needs his
own-
win back.
That is your own fault, Cena.
Yeah.
But again, what do you think? Okay, here's a good send-off question, and it was a question Central asked me. What do you think of the product 5 years? The last 5 years you've been watching the show since 20, well now 6. Damn it, 2015 to 2020. What do you think of it?
Well, I thought it was, it was okay. You had Rollins' title reign back in 2015. And then the brand split definitely livened things up. But I think
2016, 2016, I got behind.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the brand split
Ooh.
started off good, and then they stopped doing the singular pay-per-views, just for Raw and SmackDown, and it kind of defeated the purpose of the brand split, in my opinion. So then it kind of just got a little worse over the past 3 years, I'd say.
I was watching the Freaks video or the DVD Freaks video on Backlash, 2018, and he said Rome and the fans started chanting "Beat the traffic."
Yeah.
Joe versus Reigns. I'm saying just why do you have them? Yeah, you have to push Roman, but you don't have to push him that hard. Oh, that came out wrong. I'm sorry.
But now he's doing the best work of his career. Heel.
Exactly.
Fantastic. They should have done that
Okay.
5-6 years ago.
So Central. What were you saying about the 2016 and then how the year happened?
I was just saying, I think the brand split started off good, and they were kind of following what they did back in the day, and then after they stopped enforcing it as much, it just kind of got worse. I'd say over the past 3 years, the product has started to go down more than before.
And speaking of this, speaking of 2017, speaking of the wrestler that passed away, sadly at 41, do you believe Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt should have been a triple threat match and Luke Harper should have won the title? Now, I know that you wanted to keep Bray Wyatt on as world champion, but do you think they could have pushed Luke Harper to the moon?
Yeah, I think if they were going to, that was the time, because people were really behind him.
Over?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
over.
I could have seen actually. Yeah. I could have seen that happen.
because Randy Orton has done everything for the business. He just needs that. I think Ric Flair says he's gonna beat the record. No, or
Do you
you're not
realize
gonna beat the.
Do you realize Ric Flair's record is about 20, not really 16? There's a few there they don't recognize.
Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead, Mark. What's the last
He's
three?
never been a 16-time world champion. There's like 3 he doesn't recognize. A few happened in Japan. A few happened overseas. They didn't recognize. Stuff like that. He's really a 18, 20-time champion. But they always said 16-time world champ. Like Bob Backlund. He lost. He is a 5-year champion. No, he lost it in a week over there to Antonio Inoki in Japan. But they don't recognize it. He wasn't really 5 years champion for a complete 5 years. He lost it for a week to Antonio Inoki in Japan, but they never recognized it. So there's been a lot of phantom title changes like that they never recognized. Well,
Yeah.
He's more than a 16-time world champion. It's just WCW, WWE always said 16-time world champion.
I think we better end it there because of. I don't think many people will watch this video because it's an hour long.
No, but he's right for the years. I thought same thing. 16 was great, 17 was all right, and then the lack of stars. They don't have any star power. That's my opinion. The last 3 years they haven't had any star power. They haven't made new stars.
No, they haven't. And giving Otis the briefcase, you just give it to the Miz. It is proof.
He already cashed in once.
No, that was John Morrison. That too.
I know.
No, I'm kidding. But like Ali being the hacker, where did that go? And now he's in a stupid position with Retribution. Who actually likes that team?
Bad from the start.
Oh yeah, Mark, Donnie Langston told me he actually came up with that name. So WWE needs to pay him money.
Yes, royalties.
Good.
All right, everybody. This has been Patrick from Force Unboxings.
markboy316 on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube or Twitter. markboy316. Very easy. Vince McMahon and Stone Cold in the picture. There you go.
And Wrestling DVD Central. Go check out my YouTube and follow me on Instagram if you want. Go right ahead.
And I hope you guys are still here at the end. I'm sorry, but we just had this ranting fuel just come up out of our asses.
I'm French. I talk too much. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go watch Two and a Half Men and call my friend. So YouTube, I will see you in the next one.
All right.
Peace.
Nice to meet you, sir.